know there are days in the office and then there are some great days in the office. On this edition of Test Drive, the Mercedes-AMG C63. There are luxury cars and then there are luxury cars with that added something. The Mercedes-AMG C63 is just such a ride. It has looks, performance, and it runs through a corner as if on rails. The real beauty, however, is the fact that in spite of its overt prowess, it remains somewhat of a sleeper, sliding by where other supercars would be waving a red flag. The cabin of this car is what you expect of Mercedes-Benz. Very nice materials. These seats are very comfortable, yet they're supportive and keep you planted when you use this machine to its considerable limits. The cockpit, all driver-centric. It comes together very nicely with but two minor pet peeves. First of all, the infotainment system, very finicky. Then there's the back seat. Now that thing's for children or for dire emergencies. I would rather sit back there than get wet, but only just. The C63 comes two ways, base and S models. The difference boils down to the alacrity with which the two warp the riders forward. The base coupe, a term used advisedly, arrives with a 4-litre twin-turbo V8 that pushes 469 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque through to the rear wheels. However, the S model cranks things up, so it now produces 503 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque at 1750 RPM. This brings a power-to-weight ratio of just 3.6 kilograms of leather-lined luxury for each of the stallions. Now, if this C63 is just too rich for your blood, there's always the C43. Now, it comes with a 3-litre twin-turbo V6 that's good for 362 horsepower. That means it's still a 5-second car, but it also comes with all-wheel drive, making it more than a fair-weather friend. All of that said, you know, this is still the real deal. In the run to 100 kilometers an hour, the base C63 model is only a tenth of a second slower, but it's what happens in the mid and upper ranges that really counts. Here the S is noticeably faster. It blips through 100k in 3.9 seconds and just keeps piling on the speed at an alarming rate. The power reaches the rear wheels through a 7-speed twin-clutch transmission. It snicks through the gears with a smartness that only a double-clutch box can muster. Needless to say, the powertrain is sorted, and then some. One of the things I like about this C63S is the fact you can set it up just about any way you like. There are a number of different modes. Comfort is just that. Sport gives you a little bit of flavour of what this car's all about. Sport Plus was my favourite mode. You've also got Race. That's best left for the racetrack. The last one is Individual. It allows you to set each facet up individually so that you make this car yours. The C63 devoured the pylon test, running through as quickly as anything I've ever tested. The reason is down to the adaptive suspension, razor-sharp steering, and the S's larger 235/35 R19 front and monster 285/30 R19 rear tyres. Now, some may find the ride a tad taut, but to me, it was just about perfect. This C63S is an audacious set of wheels. It's luxurious, it's furiously fast, and it's flatter than gravy on a plate when it's pushed into a corner. All of that makes this thing one of my favourite AMG models, and it's not so much what it can do, but because it's still somewhat of a sleeper. Oh, and yes, it was an awesome day at the office.